Happy Mother's Day, Mama. Happy Mother's Day. Listen, you are amazing. You are beautiful. You are a survivor. You are an achiever. You are amazing. You are everything, Mama. And when I talk about Mama, I'm talking about every single woman who is investing in the life of a child. No. You don't have to be biological. I was a fulfilled mama long before I had my own. And so if you're a woman out there who have said a kind word to a little girl or boy, if you're a woman out there who has supported a child somewhere, you are a mama and you have to smile and be happy today. It doesn't matter if somebody is celebrating you or not. You have done your God-ordained duty as a mama. Happy Mother's Day to all women across the world. And we say, welcome to The Standpoint. Today's edition is special. My guest is an amazing young mama, a fulfilled and achieved woman, been through it all. She's been on The Standpoint before, but today she's here and we are celebrating her. And she happens to be the first Muslim woman we are going to celebrate on a Mother's Day. So I'm super excited about it. And before I take a break, let me tell you, book your diary, book your date, book whatever it is. On the 29th of May, yes, this month, we are having the Muslim Women's Conference at the Kolegono, Ghana Muslim Mission Head Office. You have to be there. 12 noon sharp, and it's going to be amazing. You don't want to mess it in whichever way or form. So book the day, 29th of May, 2022, 12 noon, Kolegono, Ghana Muslim Mission. Our theme, overcoming challenges. And our guest today has overcome many challenges. Welcome to The Standpoint. Let me say thank you to GTP for my cloth. As always, this is new style. My dress is by, very simple, isn't it? But elegant, by Bri Redra. Thank you so much to her. Beats by Egudzi GA. Thank you so much to her. You can follow her on Instagram and all the other places. My makeup today, very natural, isn't it? By Glow in the Dark. She's also on Instagram. Follow her and get her to give you that beautiful look. Makeup products always by Note Cosmetics. And my hair. I do my hair for over 20 years at Auntie Alice's place behind the trade fair. You know, I'll put her number on the screen. She'll hook you up nice. Happy Mother's Day. Mama, you deserve a treat the whole of this month. If nobody's doing it for you, do it for yourself. We'll be back. Welcome back to The Standpoint, our special Mother's Day edition, celebrating an amazing young woman, Doctor. Yes. The last time she was on, she was in school doing her PhD. Now, when I say doctor, not the hospital one. This one, you know, we'll get to that. But let me say thank you to all our sponsors and supporters. Thank you so much to Awos Unisex Boutique at Jowulu, Tesano, and Osu. They are running this whole month of May. They are running a discount. When you go, just say you watched it on The Standpoint, or you heard it on The Standpoint, and you get 20% discount. 20% discount. Awos Unisex Boutique, they deal in leather, quality Italian leather, shoes, bags, belts, wallets, and what have you. And also, they also do African wear for all ages, sizes. You go there, you take it from the rack, and you're good to go. So remember, the whole of this month, 20% discount. Tell them you had it on The Standpoint. Let me say hello to my guest, and she is Dr. Nasiba Tahil-Swala.
Yes.
And she's a clinical psychologist, educational consultant, life coach, and she holds a PhD. She's a mother, she is a mentor, a role model, not only in the Muslim community, but for all. She inspires me, myself, even as a mother. This today when she came, she was giving me tips already on motherhood. She's a mother of 4, 2 girls and 2 boys. Welcome to the Standpoint, Doc.
Thank you.
It's good to see you.
It's a pleasure coming back to the studio again.
When was the last time you were on?
I think about 4 years or 5.
Yeah,
Yes,
five years ago.
Yes.
Oh, so when did we cut your wedding? When did I cut? Oh, she's the only Muslim who I had the privilege to cut her wedding cake. I mean, she said, I mean, yes, small. Oh, mama for me, don't joke with me. I cut her wedding. When
that was 6 years ago.
Yeah, so that was 6 years ago because it was,
exactly
before then. That was 6 years ago. How has it been since then?
It's been wonderful, and it's been worth the time, the energy. It's just God's grace, God's benevolence, and God's favor.
Any regrets?
Not at all. Not at all.
You know, the last time you were on, it was in a pleasant story we talked about, we discussed and everything. And then things changed. You remarried.
Yes.
And I see the smile. Hey, this woman. I didn't even have to ask the question. When I said yes, and then the smile started coming. You enjoy marriage?
Yes, very well. Very well. And I'm very grateful to God for giving me another opportunity. Yeah.
What do you think you're doing differently this time?
No, if you meet the right person and you are connected, things come naturally.
Yeah.
And then with time, you learn, you adjust, and you keep going. Yeah. And you keep learning every day.
You keep learning every day.
Yes.
You know, Doc, I mean, you are the chairperson for our Muslim Women's Conference, and the theme is Rising Above Challenges. Yes. And you have risen above so many challenges. You know, it wasn't a pleasant relationship you left. You went through a lot. You know, it became public. You spoke about it on the Standpoint. How were you able to rise above, especially that challenge, moving on from there to the next level?
You just have to psych your mind that whatever situation you find yourself, you are not the only person. And then it is you also condition your mind that whatever challenges you are going through, it's not that you deserve it or you did something wrong. It's just a way of, in fact, God showing his mercy on you.
Right.
And a way that God decides to mold you for a better future.
Right.
You see how the gold is being molded for that glorious desire and worth. Right. So I believe that it was a molding stage, so that if somebody comes to you, you understand the person. You are able to give the person unconditional positive regard. You are able to empathize with the person. So I felt that God was preparing me for a purpose.
That's right. You remember the last time, the doctor who gave you the last push. Have you seen him again since then? The doctor who told you that, madam, it's time. Have you seen him again? Or you haven't gone back to look for him?
I've not gone back to look for him.
I deal with, but then wherever he is, we are grateful. You know, when the last time you were on, you were in the school, you at UCC doing your PhD in clinical psychology.
No, in NGO studies and community development.
NGO studies and community
development. Yes.
So since then, professionally, how far have you come?
It's been God's grace, God's favor, as I always say. And I decided to do NGO studies and community development because I felt that I needed to step out of my comfort zone and be able to prepare myself to help others. You know, if you want to help, you have to do it the right way. And I needed something. With my friends, we used to have this fun that after 40, want to be on your own and now give back. So that keeps helping you prepare yourself. So I found that program appropriate for my intention, my calling.
Right.
So it's been wonderful. It's giving me opportunity to help other faith-based NGOs
Right.
to do rebranding,
Okay.
to support them with how to do fundraising.
Okay.
And it's giving me also the opportunity to work towards my ultimate goal of setting up an NGO to support.
Okay. I was actually going to ask you that. Have you set up your own NGO?
Yes.
What's the name of the NGO?
Okay, it is an educational consultancy center in addition to the humanitarian aspects.
Okay.
So it's Hayat Educational and Consultancy Services.
Okay.
And we do humanitarian activities, training, and the likes.
When you say educational consultancy, what kind of area?
Good. So my focus at the moment is with the basic education. So what I do is to help schools who have challenges.
Only faith-based or the Muslim community?
No.
Okay.
So I get invitation from all kinds of schools, and usually it is based on recommendation from other schools. So we go in to do training, we go in to do rebranding, we go in to help them reshape their philosophy, their mission, to help the staff. All the time, there is a unique challenge. So you study it, you give them the advice, and you help them in implementing the changes. And when they are okay and good to go, you just step back to monitor and evaluate.
Okay. And the clinical psychology aspect?
Yes, I do practice. So I have time for consultancy. People come on scheduled times, and sometimes if it's a group therapy, maybe with schools or some youth organizations, or then I have to move there. But if it's on one-on-one, depending on the person's comfort zone, we decide on whether the person comes over to the office or I meet the person.
Okay. You know, one of the reasons I chose the theme, the theme, my personal theme and the theme for the standpoint this year is Broken but Beautiful. And one of the reasons I decided to choose the theme, Rising Above Challenges, as my interaction with some women in the Muslim community, even in the my inbox Facebook, some of the things they are going through, but they can't speak about it. What are you doing in that area to encourage Muslim men to speak up based on your own experience when you couldn't speak up at a point because of fear of what you've been raised up to believe as a Muslim woman? What are you doing in that area?
Most of the time, the fear comes from, one, the person's socialization, how the person has been brought up.
Right.
Two, wanting to fit or toe the line of societal pressure. What society describes or defines the role of the woman. So the person is struggling with the person's ideal self and then the person's real self and what societal expectation is. So even when I tell you, some of these women, they are not maybe illiterate or in remote environments. They could be very highly educated in contemporary environment, but the pressure to comply, the pressure to fit into what the societal standards are, overrides their personal interests, their personal security, their personal development. It's difficult because when you look into society, sometimes there is nothing much to look up to in terms of those who decided to stand for themselves and break out of the shells. There is stigmatization, very, very bad stigmatization. I still have people who do stigma. Yes.
You still have people stigmatize you?
Yes. So oh, the person calls you, he sees the CV, he's excited, then he's, okay, the last time a colleague told me that you were, and then the person begins to pull back, not because you are not qualified, but does not want to associate, even if,
because you've been divorced before, so
even if what the picture now
is
is worth it, but so because of some of these things, women would want to stay in abusive marriages, in abusive relationship, even if it means they dying out of it.
Before I take a break, you know, your husband is, I met you, I think once or twice, you know, somebody I'm very proud of. Not because of anything, but the fact that he stood, irrespective of all that. He stood. Yeah, he stood and said, no, this is the woman I want. I don't care what anybody says. You know, I'm taking her, marrying her, make her happy. How has he been able to cope? Do you sometimes have that conversation? Because sometimes we forget that the men also are going through that. Have you had that conversation with just like, how do you feel now? Are you okay? Are you, despite all that people are saying, am I, you know, are we worth it? Do you have that conversation? And how proud is he of you now? I wish he were here for me to ask him.
We are proud of each other. He's made me proud, and I will choose him over and over again. And I keep asking myself, so when is the honeymoon going to be over?
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
It hasn't been easy. It takes a lot of maturity. It takes a lot of determination. Sometimes when we talk of maturity, people tend to peg age with maturity. It takes a person who has made up his mind on what he wants and is ready to work to achieve that goal. He's very disciplined. And when he sets his mind to it, he would work to achieve it.
Isn't that beautiful? Rising above the challenges. The challenges most of the time prepares you for the next level. Only when you decide to see the beauty in the brokenness. Let me take a break. When we come back, some of you don't know Haja very well. We'll get to know where she grew up, where she went to school, how childhood was like, because today we are celebrating her as a mother. As you can tell, she's not just a mother of 4 kids, which we'll talk about later, because the last time I saw her, it was only one, I think, you know, 6 years, or no, 4 or 5 years, Charlie. 3 are dropping, pam, 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 like that. You know, we'll talk about that as well. Well, let me say thank you to Puma Drinks and Away Purified Mineral Water by Casa Preco Company Limited. Go-Got Yogurt. Thank you. Every woman deserves today buy. It's not too late. Go and buy yogurt for mommy or your wife or your sister, your niece, whatever it is. And it has to be Go-Got Yogurt. Thank you to Cake Technique, House of Food, Auntie Vera. If you didn't contact Auntie Vera to prepare a special dish for mommy today, please contact her. Every day, any day is Mama's Day. This month of May, it's all about Mama, okay? So please do that. We are grateful to Kodam's Gifts and Stationery. Everything Gifts and Stationery, they do it. Yep, cleaning services. And I tell you, one of the beautiful things you can do for somebody you love and care is to say that, listen, today I'm organizing. People are coming to clean your house from head to toe. I mean, sparkling clean. It's so beautiful, and they are the ones to do it. Every now and then, they would give me that treat. But these days, they're not minding me small, but I'm sure they'll come back today for me. But I'm so grateful to them. To Juice Time, 100% fruit juices. Now we are all watching figure, so it has to be healthy. We are grateful to them. And of course, my plants, both natural and artificial, by Standing Floral and Decor. You can follow them on Facebook and on Instagram as well. We take a break. When we come back, we'll get to know where this amazing woman is coming from. Her childhood, her middle age, and where she went to school. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Standpoint. Again, I say thank you to GTP for my cloth, my dress, very simple dress. Today I'm looking like a typical fancy woman that I am, by Brie Redra. Thank you so much. My shoes, this is Italian shoes, Italian leather, by Awos Unisex Boutique. They are at Jowlu, Tesano, and Osu. And the whole of this month, they are running 20% discount. Just tell them you had it on the Standpoint, and your 20% is guaranteed. If you go and bargain anything else, I don't know about it. But the 20% discount for shoes, bags, leather, belts, and the shoes, unisex, ladies, men, and wallets and what have you. She's also got African print dresses for sale, and you can use some from with GTP fabric and so on. So you go there and have a beautiful time there. Say thank you to Glow in the Dark GH. Glow in the Dark GH. Follow her on Instagram. See the natural look she's giving me? Yes, baby. And makeup products by Note Cosmetics. And of course, Doc's makeup is by Charios Beauty Studio. She's also on Instagram. Follow her as well. You know me. I do well to push young people in the business space to always give them the opportunity, to give them the publicity that they need. Now, who else do I thank? Oh, my beads today is by Eguzi GH. Eguzi GH. I'm so grateful to them. Now, Doc, how was growing up like for you? Did you grow up in a typical Muslim community?
Yes, I grew up in a typical Zongo. I was born and bred in Medina Zongo.
Medina Zongo.
Yes.
Medina Zongo girl.
I grew up in a typical Zongo environment, and I lived all my life there till I married. So it's a unique Zongo in the sense that there's the type of Zongo that you come and see people sitting at a base for relaxation and discussing constructive contemporary issues that is bringing development.
Wow.
They are not just...
That's Medina Zongo.
Yes, they are not just following shadows. And you would see a doctor there, you see a journalist there, you see a professional teacher. By the grace of God, those of us who started had a good head start. So the younger ones don't have any excuse because day in, day out, every corner they are seeing a role model. They are living with a role model, and they've had that close contact with the person. So there is sense of focus as in what to do. And interestingly, we are so we relate so well, interfaith-wise, and most of the youth organizations, both Muslims and Christians are in it to support. For example, the West Medina Foundation, WEMADEF, we have both Christians, we have Muslims, we have grown together. So there are pastors, there are engineers, and the focus is how to make Zongo, the Medina Zongo, a model Zongo for other Zongos to emulate. And well, I grew up in a kind of a little small family, because my father is a teacher. He's now retired, so was a teacher and an Islamic scholar.
No, once a teacher, always a teacher.
Exactly.
He would teach you right now.
and an Islamic scholar. My mom too is an Islamic scholar and a trader. And we are just two girls.
Okay.
And for my dad, right from the time we were growing, he used to say in Hausa language that when dayaya figoma, a certain one is more valuable than 10. You know, the usual perception, if you are a religious leader or a religious scholar, you have to have a son and many children and many wives. But
your father married only one.
Yes, and unfortunately for him, his first child was a girl. Then the second child too, girl. And pressure, but he stood his ground because he knew what he wanted. Very calm, but very focused. And for us, when we were growing up, when you come up with an idea, there's nothing like whether you are a girl. The family doesn't look at your sex to determine what you can do.
No.
As far as you are interested in it and you are excited, he would guide you, he will support you, even when everybody is against you. And it was like that right from the beginning, all through my adulthood. And I remember when I dared to stand as an independent candidate in my community.
Remember.
Yes, when our candidate was giving us tough time and we're not seeing improvement, they came saying, hey, Ustaz, or Sheikh, your daughter, she wants to cause confusion. Oh, please, can you talk to her? And women are not supposed to. He says what? Which part?
I love
you.
him.
State the verse of the Quran, state the supporting hadith that says that women are not cannot contest, or women cannot be encouraged into leadership position. So the others, everybody had to back up because the father, who is the sheikh himself, is pushing the daughter. He will ask you, are you convinced about it? Is this something you are passionate? How are you going to mobilize? You will sit and discuss. If he gets the understanding, you are good to go. And he'll give you all the support. So for us growing up, your sex didn't determine how far you go. The most important thing is where your interest and your passion is. And fortunately, because he was a teacher, he had oversight responsibility over other children and other parents. Right. So that kind of positive pressure and then positive interference was there to guide others, to help others, and we all kept going with the focus. You go wherever you want to go, but within the tenets and principles of Islam. You don't go astray because you have been molded, you've been made to understand, you are not being compelled, you understand what you are doing, and you have your own identity. And it has been like that. And I'm very grateful. When I'm grateful to God, the next one I always become grateful to is my dad and my mom for understanding who I am and giving me that support to date. As we are sitting here, the kids are with them, so that I can have time to come, and Daddy too would have to do whatever he has to do. Then we all converge again. So the social support has been there. That has been the cushion to keep you going, even when it was difficult. The PhD was not easy. You know, UCC and the standards. If you go through, it means you really went through. There is no shortcut anywhere. You have to go through the mill. And without support, I wouldn't have been able to make it. Because all through, I was pregnant. Then the supervisor will say, every year you bring one.
Every year you bring one.
Every year you bring one. So you are going with how many certificates? 4 babies and 1 PhD. Well done. Every year you are bringing one because the support is there throughout pregnancy. When you don't stop. When you have vision, you remain focused. Sometimes you have to break to mobilize yourself again, just like the goats will do. You step back, assess, and now come back with a lot of strength. But when you meet obstacles and challenges, you don't quit. You keep working at it till you get there. If others are using 4 years, and because of your challenges you are struggling, you go for an extension, but you remain focused to finish.
No, before I take a break and go, because forgive me, I keep coming back to that because I want people to know the challenges that you've overcome to sit here and today talk boldly, because there were times when you couldn't talk. And there were times that you talked and you were afraid. When you left the previous relationship, married, and all the things that were going on, that some of the things you boldly spoke about that were done to you on the standpoint, what was that one thing your mother and your father said to you?
Well, for my parents, the first and foremost, what they tell you is that it is not that you've done something wrong, that you deserve it. We believe that it is a test from God, and God will take you out of it. And whenever there were criticisms, they were there to support. That unconditional positive regard, knowing that even if everybody is against you, they are there in that non-judgmental attitude.
Yeah, but they felt the pressure from the Muslim community as well.
Of course.
Yeah, because your mother was in the leadership.
It takes to have a spiritual leader who is supposed to be the epitome of all values intact, and having a child with all these challenges. It was a threat. It was a serious threat to their honor, to their position, but they were firm. And they felt that, well, it's because we are at this status, so we must set good example, so that the voiceless and the vulnerable would also look up and get that strength and inspiration to break that shell. So it was very challenging. There was a lot of pressure, but they stood their grounds. And above all, it is the home that matters.
The home that matters.
Hey, you are always our girl. As for my mom, my dad, what they tell you is that if you go and there is challenge, you come back, you revitalize, and you move.
Somebody says,
on.
My father still has a room for me.
Yes. And my dad would say there is no pressure, and I still have my room intact. Yeah. I can go anytime, come back anytime, and he still supports unconditionally. Sometimes I just have fun, and I say, now you have grandchildren. I'm old now. He still says that you are still my girl. Anyway. Yes, I can have 10 grandchildren, but you are still my girl. So there's no pressure.
Yeah, childhood dream. When you were little, what was your dream?
I think when I was little, first I wanted to be a teacher. That was my dream. Then I wanted to be a pediatrician.
Okay.
Then along the line, after level 200, when I had the opportunity to do psychology, then I was reading biological science at University of Ghana. That's one, you get the opportunity to do other science courses, so that you discover your true self and then now focus on that area. So after first year, second year, I realized that my passion was drawn more towards psychology. Then I majored in psychology. So for me, it comes natural. Yeah. This is what I want. Yeah. So you do it effortlessly and you don't get tired. Right. The passion is always on. Yeah. And you keep going.
Let me take another break. When we come back, we look at motherhood. Mother of 4, went to do PhD, came back with 1 PhD certificate and 4 other certificates. Every year you bring one. Well, let me say thank you to our major sponsor for this month of May, and that is Awards Unisex Boutiques, and they are at Jowulu, Tesano, and Osu. They deal in quality Italian leather shoes, and last week you had hair leather breathe, and it's good for your feet and for your health and for your leg. So you make sure that when you're buying quality, even if it's one, at least it's quality. And it's Awards Unisex Boutique at Tesano, Osu, Jowulu. This month, as I've told you, 20% discount. You go there and you get it like that. We are so grateful. And if you want to sponsor this month of May, that's Mother's Month in any way, you pay $3,000, give us product to give to our guest. And then, of course, you get all the benefits that we give you, live presenter mention, product displayed, social media push, and so on and so forth. And we do the same thing for Father's Month, which is in June. So if you want to do the 2 months, it's 5,500. 1 month is 3,000. Not much. That amount you get 4 programs. Hey, you don't get it anywhere. This is just a promo. And if you haven't bought any of my books, A Bit of Me, The Best of You, 50 Nuggets at 50, room 5005, and of course, Broken But Beautiful, which I've dedicated to every single woman. And I say every single woman deserves to have a copy, if for nothing at all, when you're going through the brokenness, which we all go through. Despite everything, there are times you go through the brokenness as well, because brokenness is not only in relationship or marriage. It cuts across anywhere. When you're going through that phase of brokenness, you take the book, you look at it and say, at least somebody cares and believes in me and has dedicated a book to me as a woman. We'll be back. Welcome back to The Standpoint. Happy Mother's Day. And today we are celebrating an amazing woman who is a mother in every sense of the word. She's risen above challenges, and she's going to be our chairperson for the Muslim Women's Conference, 8th edition, on the 29th of May at the Ghana Muslim Mission headquarters at Kolegono, 12 noon. You can come early, have your prayers before we start at 12:30 to be beautiful. So don't miss it. It's open to all Christians, Muslims. It's for Muslim women. Muslim men are invited. If you're a Muslim man and you were born by a woman, you are invited. If you're a Christian, you are invited. Non-Christian, you don't believe in God, you are invited. Come and let's have a beautiful discussion. And if you want to sponsor us or support us, the number is 0543-618182 or 020-886-1919 or 020-3535-500. Come support us and you'll be glad you did. We are so grateful to Ghana Muslim Mission for supporting us. It's going to be our 8th edition. It will mark my 10 years of working actively with the Muslim community since I started The Standpoint, and of course my 25 years in media. We'll have a relaunch of my books as well. So it's a fully packed program, but 2 hours we are done. So come. Doc, how's motherhood treating you? Combining it with all that you do going on.
It hasn't been easy, but if you are focused and then you have the social support you need.
Yeah, you keep stressing on the social support.
You need
it's very important, right?
You need it to be able to function. You need it to be able to sustain that career path you have taken. And you need it to be able to keep your home intact. Yeah. There always has to be a balance. When you talk about the
social support, is it just your husband and your immediate family?
No, it can be your husband, your immediate family, or your adopted family.
Yes.
Or any other people who think they can help you. And then it can also be an individual whom you've brought in to give you the services of a nanny, a cook, or a guide for the children whilst you are absent. It can even be your PA. But all that matters is for the person to understand you, your philosophy, your mission, your vision, and translate it in the implementation level into the daily acts, which includes what your child should feed, when he should eat, what to wear, all those things.
You need to take your time and let that help.
Yes.
That support system know and implement what you want
because
for your
the person is standing in for you.
Yeah.
So the person is not doing what he or she wants. The person has to translate your vision into the daily routines. And it will need a lot of time for you to, in fact, whether formally or informally, train the person and then put in measurements and evaluation strategies in place that you keep following up. You don't just leave it because the person is doing it on your behalf. The person cannot be you. So you have to put in checks to make sure there's no burnout, there's no change of mission.
Right.
And then when the person needs to be replaced, you have to replace the person. And you need this working well for you to be able to have a space on your table to work. And the most important thing is how intimate and how engaging the time you spend with the children. We have mothers who stay at home 24 hours and they are absent-minded.
Yeah, they don't have any quality time or discussions with the children.
Exactly. So you plan and the child grows and you pull the child along and you try to make sure that any opportunity you get, you have a teachable moment. You have an engaging moment. So you may not be able to be with the child to do the homework. Somebody has to do. But if you are together, as you are driving, you talk about the assignment. Oh, how was yesterday's work? So the child knows that mommy is involved in every aspect of my life. And when something happens, the child naturally turns to mommy because it is mommy that comes on the child's mind because of the role you have played. So that guilt will not help.
Right.
It will not help. It will worsen the situation. It will make you more anxious. And if you don't take care, it will even prevent you from playing the role you want to play. So constantly, you tell them you can't compare mommy with another person's mommy. Oh, there's a PTA meeting. Mommy couldn't come, but persons A mommy came, persons B mommy came. But there were other mommies who didn't come. And there are other mommies who are at home and never came.
Yeah.
So today, mommy is not available because of A and B and C. But mommy will make time another time. So you schedule, and the child looks forward to that time. And then you don't break your promise. That is very, very important. If you can't make it, you let the child know ahead of time. They are now growing, and the things we do molds them to become who they are. So you cannot be failing and breaking your promises, and you expect the child to trust you. And you expect the child to be trustworthy because what you do is what the child does. You are his or her first schooling. So if you keep that relationship, but with discipline and with guidance and with love and support, the child knows that mommy is not around this month. But when mommy comes, she will make it up to me.
How did you become such a wise woman? Amazing. Thank you. This one is like properly schooling me. I mean, schooling me, and I'm really grateful to that. We are grateful for having you. I mean, on 29th of May, we're going to have more. So anybody want to listen? I mean, I'm sure you wish we'll have a part 2 or part 3. Come on 29th of May and listen. We're going to have very educative, and we'll have time for interactions as well. So 29th of May 2022, Kolegono, Ghana Muslim Mission. Is not difficult to find at all. Very easy to find. 12 noon, we are going to be there, and it's going to be wonderful. Be there, be there, be there. But before we go, today's Mother's Day. What message have you got? But before you go to the message for mothers, mothers, we are in a time when everybody's talking about the brokenness, the abuse that women are going through, the suffering women are going through in their relationships, the doubt mothers losing or giving up their ambition, their dreams, all because of relationship and all that, and being told that you're a mother and you have to behave in a certain way. I want you to give a message to Ghanaian women watching you today. But before then, what is next for you? What's the next level? Now we have the PhD. We have, the various certificates. You are a consultant. You have your NGO. You are doing this. You are doing that. What is the next level?
I want to give back to society. That is my focus now. But still, whilst improving myself, so that I'll be able to give back to society much better.
Thank you. Now, your final word.
Whatever situation you find yourself in, you don't have to lose yourself. Because when all is said and done, you need you, as in Abuna, Forua, Hassana, to keep going. The support will come and go. But when the light is off, when everything is quiet, it is you. So you need to be strong to be able to keep up all those peripheral issues that is challenging you. And whoever is coming is supposed to support you and make you a better person. So if the person is not supporting, it's not making you a better person, it's not helping you to achieve your aim, you leave the person and move on to somebody who will help you realize your vision. It takes two to tango. Yes. It's supposed to be beneficial partnership, a symbiotic one, not a parasitic partnership. If you keep staying in it, you will definitely leave. And when you don't want to leave when you are too broken to be repaired. Right. We want you to leave when you can repair yourself, so that you be in a position to serve your community, to give that smile your children want to see in you. If you are broken, you can't give. So if you want to give, you also deserve to enjoy life. You have purpose to live. Live for that purpose.
Live for that purpose. Thank you so much, Doc. As always, I'm always proud of you. Always
Most
proud
grateful.
of you.
Thank you so
We've
much.
We've come so far, and thank you for believing in me. I never take it for granted, that opportunity to actually cut your wedding cake of all the women. And that time I was not married.
Exactly.
I was not married,
exactly.
but you gave me that honor, and I honor you every day.
Thank you so much.
And today I say thank you.
Thank you
for
having
who you are.
I'm very grateful.
For who you have become and who you are becoming. May
we
Allah
thank God.
continue.
We
to
thank
bless
God
you.
for his favors.
Amen. Amen. I'll be back with a bit of me. Mama. Hello, Mama. How are you? How are you coping? It's not easy, isn't it? Nobody tells us how it's going to be, do they? Oh, the battles, the emotional battles we go through every day. Mama, you are blessed. You are blessed. Listen, you're doing okay. You're doing what you can. But hey, like everything, we learn every day. We keep adding value to ourselves. We keep making sure that we correct the wrongs. We keep striving to give of our best to our children. Mama, there's nothing wrong with sacrificing for your child. There's nothing wrong in investing in your child. Mama, you are doing the right thing. You are doing the right thing. It's okay to make the mistakes. What is important is to make sure you correct it, Mama. Life happens. Life happens. I know sometimes you're torn between your relationship and your children. But if you ask me, your children matter most. Because you know what? They didn't ask to be born. But they are here. You desperate, if you're like me, desperately wanted it, and she's here. It doesn't mean that it makes it easier. I don't get angry with her sometimes. Oh, sometimes she talks back at me 4 years. I want to show her that I'm Mama. But listen, Mama, today is a day we celebrate you. Today is the day you need to sit back, reflect, breathe, exhale, enjoy for a moment. Think, reflect, and see what you can do differently. Don't put too much pressure on you, Mama. You are only but a human. Nobody taught you how to be a mother. Nobody told you how the challenges were going to be. So any other person judging you, forget it. Think about your life. Have a conversation with your children. Find out where you're going wrong and where you're right. Believe in yourself, Mama. Believe in yourself. The guilt will come, but learn to silence it. Have a good reason why you are not able to do certain things. But Mama, keep sacrificing. Keep pushing yourself for the sake of the children in your lives. Don't kill yourself. No. Don't stay in abusive relationship in the name of, for the sake of my children. You are destroying them. You are killing them. But mama, anything healthy, anything beneficial, anything progressive, anything positive that you can do to make this world a better place for that child of yours, do it. Do it. I salute you, mama. Today, I celebrate you. I say you may be broken, but mama, you are beautiful. I'm a woman with super crazy faith in God, but I know God has given us wisdom. So mama, apply wisdom in all that you do. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week and keep being an amazing mama. Mwah.